streaming now?
John's Twitch address.
Not Twitch, YouTube.
No, YouTube's it's still.
Oh, you're
saying
going
wait.
straight to YouTube. That's
Still
right.
Still waiting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I was jumping
there you
back
go.
and forth.
Is it live?
Nope, it's waiting for John Rambles.
Mine has just started.
John's Twitch address.
Ah, no, it started.
Not Twitch, YouTube.
No, YouTube's. No.
Very good. It's live. Apologies. It appears that I didn't click the right button, even though I thought I had. One of these days, I'll actually look like I know what I'm doing. We're back. I think we'll just carry on from here. Apologies if you've missed the... we have dropped the first part of this stream, but we'll carry on. So, folks, here you are at Craxis. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'll go and regroup with the others and explain what I've discovered.
Hmm.
And yes, and who did the sisters? They went to visit somebody, didn't they? They went to visit the oracles of Istus.
Yes.
And if do we? Do you think they might have more information, or are they potentially someone we don't want to ask? Get ourselves thrown out of another port.
I followed JL out because I was standing sort of back and behind as he was doing his deal until we meet up with everybody else.
So, folks, you regroup.
Oh,
You're still on the dock. You haven't gone down to the end of the port at this point. Does anybody want to answer the question about the that JL asked?
oh, what question?
What was the question? Yeah.
Is it worth going and visiting the oracles of Istus? That's where the sisters were.
I always love visiting.
Your old home.
Oh, it is indeed.
Sounds well. It might be interesting. There's something going on there, definitely.
I'd like to pay my respects. Istus is goddess of fate. River.
Sorry, what?
Istus, goddess of fate. You gotta river her. Rever.
Revere.
Oh, Revere.
Sorry.
Accent issue, everyone. They don't understand. They don't understand how Goliaths talk.
You got to river her? River? It's
River.
like-
This
River.
Goliaths have just have
I
a
was
different
thinking he was
way of-
asking if we needed to rim her.
Revere.
I was
Remember,
thinking,
I think
I'm
it's
sure we
important to point
can't
out
do that live on
Goliaths
stream.
Goliaths speak Goliath, not common.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
this is English as a foreign language for you.
Yeah.
Hence
Yeah,
the
you guys are-
misunderstandings that keep happening,
Yeah.
especially from Varro whenever he tells you to kill people. Wade in there, he says. What he actually means is in the river, not into the group of people and start hitting them.
Wait in there, not wade in there.
I thought he meant waiting blood. No.
It's definitely Varro's fault, always. You know this, right?
You guys have heard Lovelore swear by Istus fairly often. One of his favorites is Istus kiss man.
What?
When someone does something stupid, just so you know.
What? What?
Istus.
The microphone's not clear.
Microphone's not clear. That and my
What's the thing?
voice.
What's your favourite saying? Say your favourite saying again.
It's all right. I've done it once.
Yeah. I think it's
Now
when you
I'm,
when you
now
do
I'm
your
embarrassed.
sort of deep
Having
grabbing.
a long- Yeah, that doesn't work very well, does it? All right.
I don't
All
know.
right.
Turns me on.
I'll back off of that. That'll just be understood.
You
Damn
want to do
it.
anything else while
All
we're
of my
here?
enjoyment disappears.
So what are you doing, folks?
I
Yeah,
agree.
let's go and
Let's go to the Oracles of Istus.
So you're literally arriving at Craxis, getting off the thing, spending 5 minutes talking to people, getting back on your ship and flying away, yeah?
Yes.
So they're not here.
Good. That's great.
They're not here?
It means we get to keep a port without being chased by a flaming, a raiding mob.
It might be worth looking around and seeing if we can get any transport over that way. Can we get some cargo on the roof or something?
No, it's fine. It's okay. So, you... Ooh, just hold on a second. Let me just get to where we are. So, March isn't very far away.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just be prepared that if you show them the picture of this, this Olash ship, they might kick us out again.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off on the picture showing.
Yeah, let's get some information first. And don't tell them we were chased out of our last port. Or that we're wanted for murder. Just
But they're our highlights.
just hold off on the information sharing.
Highlights.
Yes,
My job, but that's my job, information sharing.
A couple of
But
quick
surely-
questions.
Mm-hmm.
surely we need to brag about our pirates antics.
So, yeah.
I mean, how is anyone
I
going to
told
fear
you
us and respect us if we don't brag about all the raping, pillaging, and murdering and plotting that we've done?
Look, I explained all this when we pulled down that skull and crossbones you tried to loft a week ago. We're not pirates.
Hearts and minds, Shaggy, in your heart.
Yeah, Varro, you're in denial. We are pirates.
So, quick questions. Have we already paid for this birthing?
Not yet, because they've not come and nobbled you yet.
Yeah.
So
no,
all
that
we've
will.
really done is recharge our oxygen. How
You've been
weird
here
is it
10
going to
minutes.
look?
It's literally.
Okay. Okay, so we just pulled into their gravity field and then pulling out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just
Okay.
go hop in and fly away if you want. It's not.
Very good.
It's not an
Very
issue.
good.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna cause any problems. It's gonna be a bit. Everyone's gonna think it's a bit weird, but aside from people looking at you a bit weird, it doesn't stop you from just leaving immediately. It's gonna take you a couple of days.
Just sort of run quickly to the nearest toilets. Just needed a break. And then got back on the ship and. They
Nice.
said I should have gone before we left, but I never listened.
So when you do that in a McDonald's, it's of course when you turn up and you really need it to go. It's called a McShit, and if they say to you, "Oh, are you coming?" and you say, "Yeah, I'll be back in a minute to buy something," and then you run out the door when you've done it's a McShit with lies.
Oh dear. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Things you learn.
So, you just literally get back in your ship and take off again.
Yep.
No problem at all. And a couple of days flight. It's fairly straightforward. Flying from here to March. Obviously, you're in the Vedika system, so it's perfect. And after a couple of days, You drop down out of orbit, and then you can see the island below you.
Which island are we coming in on?
So you're going to come in on the island with all of the administration and stuff on it.
Hang on, can you check again?
I don't think that was.
It's only the one island. There's only the one island that's got the monks on.
Yes, there is only one island with monks on.
But you're going to drop down basically near where all the administrative, the flat bit, if you like.
So we are coming in on the monks island.
Yes,
Okay.
because that's where you wanted to go, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
assuming there's a spaceport there.
Well, there's a landing zone.
Landing
There's
zone.
not a spaceport because there's not a spaceport. There's other spaceports on March.
Is our ship waterworthy?
No, you have to land
Okay.
on land.
Very good.
Yeah.
Map. At least this
Ah.
No, this is no March.
of March. Sorry,
March,
yes,
March,
of the
March.
island of
But this
March
is the
With-
island.
with the
Lance?
very
That's the-
corner.
That's where the oracles are. Yeah. It's a very lovely thing, but you didn't send me a. Oh, you kind of sent me some stuff initially, and then you were going to send. You said about sending another one, and I thought it would be really nice to have it, but I haven't put it into the system yet. Christine said, if you do send it over, I can always.
I can't work out how to do it.
What do you want to do?
Oh.
Right, I'll
And this
try.
is one of the reasons I gave it to Pete. Not so you could turn it around and face
Oh,
onto
yeah.
you,
Oh, okay.
but more so you could actually send it across.
Okay.
I mean, you could
Okay,
actually
that's not a
link
problem. I can drop it into a.
put that into Discord.
Well, no, what I'll do is I'll drop it into Roll20, so we can share it with everyone.
Ooh.
There we go. Let's try that.
Ale.
Yes.
You know, as we're traveling across under the stars, you know how sometimes you squint
If you do that
and they
one as well.
spell out prophecies and
Like the,
ramblings of dead gods.
Ah, I have heard.
Sometimes they bring out the great questions.
Have you got a great
I've been
question?
wondering. I do. Been pondering this for many years. Well, as long as we've been flying together. What is JL?
Where have we sent it to?
I mean, does it stand for like Jennifer Luann? Josephine Leonidas? I don't know what JL stands for. It's been bothering me.
Well, I think that's what this journey's. I think that's why I'm out here. I'm trying to find what it. I'm trying to define what it means. But that, I think I've been defined by upbringing and other things, and I want to. It doesn't have it doesn't have a definition, and I think we want. I think we're going to give it one.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
That was just a little bit of. Go ahead.
If any, always happy for any more deep questions that come out. It's always good to discuss what's out there.
Very good. I'm excited to understand and know when you figure out what it actually means.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. It's just going to take me a moment, but don't worry, folks. I'll just start uploading these, and we can pop them in a page
Nice.
so everyone can see them. Just do that. Okay, just bear with me while I turn off the.
Is there anything we need to be aware of? Anything we need to be careful of while we're down here?
No, the monks are. My brothers are very welcoming of guests.
That's so.
They do not have any secrets that they're not more than happy to work on with you. So
Do you miss being here?
yes, it is a very peaceful life, very very gentle. Yes, I do miss the peace and calm of the place.
The last couple of trips have been the opposite of that.
They have.
Is that
I mean, I was sent out to basically explore the world in the hopes that it might answer some questions for me, but so far it has given me nothing but questions, and little by way of answers. So I have not been successful so far in what I had wished to achieve.
Hopefully we can
my
answer
best-
those questions.
But yes.
so? Megan, if you don't mind me asking, if you like the calm and tranquility, the way of the monk, the philosophy and the science behind monkhood, why are you part of a pirate team?
We're not a pirate team, Shaki. Much as you may wish it to be that way, I know, and in your mind, that is the glory that you hold it to. But we are not a pirate team.
Shaggy, I give you a broad wink. Like,
I had been meaning to ask. Do any of the characters? Do any of your characters have tattoos or ink on display? In the picture, I know the pictures some of you have got, but do any of your actual character? Do the actual characters have any?
yeah, I'd say Leveler probably has a couple.
Because
I tried it once, but they kind of like melted.
yeah, I guess yours is probably a bit difficult. Yeah.
But those,
Yeah.
But yeah, JL has been interested in the tattoo.
there's a. I was wondering a question, Lovelow, as well. Do your markings, tattoos, do they have great significance to you? Do they have stories behind them?
Just ring, heavy infantry,
Ah.
3rd Squad. These over here, these are Lost Brothers in Arms.
It felt very. Have you got any tattoos, Brad? I
I
will
don't know what that
certainly
means.
have not.
I don't know
What
what that
about you,
means.
Janet? Didn't it? It really felt that way.
I don't know what that means. But, yeah,
Megan has a tattoo, but a black tattoo on her
Small of her back.
left hand. It
Ah,
winds base of around her wrist and to the base of her thumb.
You're right. I did think that the music was about to start.
Does yours have significance, Megan, as well?
Only in as much as it is just the journeys of life. It is just, it weaves and splits and meets again.
Did you get it done here?
Yes. Yes, one of the fathers is quite good at working on art, and ink work is one of his favourite pastimes.
I was thinking of getting something, but
I
Yeah.
see. Well, yes, you. If we are here long enough, you may well have a chance to.
So I got visions of us sitting in the chair, starting, and then just looking up and all chaos breaking out in front of us.
So
can't
if
leave
you'd like
yet.
if you'd like to turn your attention to the maps briefly, just the lower section, which is the more detailed map. And by the way, thank you, Christine, for drawing these. So you're going to come in and you're going to land just here.
Okay.
Okay. And
just off the
sorry,
just off the Three Sisters.
Off the guest house.
Off the
Right.
guest
so
house,
near
actually.
to the guest house, and also to the
Oh, yes.
to the main body of the
I thought I said Goose House.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. The goose house.
the goose
That's where we
house.
put him. In the goose house.
Yeah.
Honk.
I don't want to go there. I want to go where it says on that map, "Here be dragons."
Indeed. Indeed.
We want to go and see dragons, don't we, Pirate Team One?
It actually
Okay, Alex.
says, "Here be Dr. Agon's." That's the guy who works at the hospital.
Oh, damn it.
It's just helpful, you know. So, you
So, do you go to the Isle of Memory if you forget who you are? And if you go there, if you forget who you are, how do you know that there's an Isle of Memory?
Oh, well, that would be for the monks to help you find your way there if you had lost your memory.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Shaggy.
I like
Quick
these
question.
monks. They're thinking of everything.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Quick question, Shaggy. You know how some nights when I'm using you like a pillow, you're all gushy and sometimes you're really warm and sometimes you're really cold? What's that about?
Well, you've always got your head in my groin. So when it's warm, good times. When it's cold, not so good times.
Ah, just what I wanted to hear.
You're welcome.
so you
Now give us an R.
you disembark from your ship, and there's a somebody waiting for you who, quite surprised actually, is dressed in a fashion that to you looks quite familiar. They're dressed very much like Megan dresses, and they're just stood kind of at ease waiting for you to come down off the ship. And as soon as they see Megan, they bow to her.
And I return the bow
Mhm.
even more deeply than them. Ah, it is good to be home.
Hey, let's lock
Sister,
up.
welcome back. So this is Brother Chiron Sanctuary, the tiefling, who is head of study.
Ah,
I saw the ship, and I wondered who it was. But Megan, it's so wonderful to see you.
it is
Would
good
you
to
like
be.
to take tea?
Oh, I would love to take tea. Yes. Yes, please.
Come.
Catch up. And, yes.
Let's get together in my cell. Come this way. Your friends?
Yes. I believe my friends have a few questions that they maybe would like some help with.
Indeed.
Certainly, JL. I think you might find my brother Karan here. He could be quite helpful, maybe pointing us in the right direction to gather the information that we seek.
He drops his hood away, and previously he's been slightly in shadow. He drops his hood away, and you see that he's a tiefling, which is actually quite. You feel quite warmly and positively about it, JL, because it seems that you meet so few of your fellow tieflings in circumstances like these, where they've actually got, any kind of element of power or status beyond your own family. Tieflings are often shunned and often treated quite badly on planets. Out there in Wildspace, it's a little different, but certainly from a planetary perspective, they tend to be somewhat sidelined.
Mm.
And sort of pushed to the margins in some way, shape or form. Your family being a particular exception to that.
Mm. She bows, mimics the bow that Megan did.
Mm-hmm. Come. He leads you down a small path and into a side door in this large and rather impressive building. And he literally goes around a corner. It's all very simply built. Everything is stone built. It's solid. It's all very simple. The freshness of the outdoors is muted by the once you get inside, and he just asks you to close the door behind you as you all come in. It's stone, but it's warm and it feels comfortable in here. There is lamplight burning that gives a beautiful sort of yellow glow. There's also some daylight coming in from various high windows. And he leads you down this corridor. You see a number of doors, and he leads you to a big, heavy wooden door and inside. And he says, "Welcome." And this is obviously his monk's cell. It's actually nicer. Well, it's larger than yours, Megan, than when you lived here. He has a table and some chairs. He has a desk where which he uses for studying. And you actually see some books on a shelf at the back of the desk. There is paper all over the desk and note. He's obviously been note taking. And then there's a curtain drawn across, and you can just see just beyond the curtain is where his bed is. So obviously he has people in here, but he draws the curtain, to keep the bed area private. He bids you to sit. So,
I have to eat.
Megan, you're looking for some information?
Yes. Our travels have been a little hectic, shall we say. We seem to have stumbled into the reaches of a possibly an organisation we don't really maybe want to get involved with. We're not sure, but we need more information to know whether or not we should be seeking them out, or whether we should be trying to avoid them. We're not really sure what is our best course of action with them.
So how did you come across this organisation?
They followed us when we were transporting some travellers who had actually been visiting here. 3 sisters.
Indeed.
I don't know if they'd come to see their namesake, the waterfalls, or whether or not it was that they had other business here. I do not know. But I know that they had come here to speak to the monks. They didn't really say too much, and I didn't pry. It is not my place to nosy into their journeys and their travels and
Understood. So
yes,
they were you were transporting them with your rather magnificent ship, I have to say.
It is not mine, needless to say. It is my companion's. But
Indeed.
It is a very fine ship. But yes, we were transporting them back home. And we had this interaction with another ship which was following us.
Right.
And it concerned us greatly. We turned, can't remember, we turned to face it?
Yes.
Yeah, we turned to face it, to meet them. And it almost fled from.
Right.
We came on with our journey and dropped the sisters back at home. But
Where's home?
my JL is very good. She's a very fine artist, and she sketched an image of the ship. And when we showed it to the people on this planet, they reacted so strangely. It is nothing I've come across before. Their reaction was so violent and if nothing more, that scared us. That scared us more than the interaction with the ship did. So, we need to know for our own peace of mind.
I
What
tried
it
to
is-
ask the sisters about it, and they wouldn't answer. They seemed terrified. They seemed terrified of it.
Frightened. Scared. And they visited here.
They did.
They
Perhaps
did.
something
That's
in
what they
their
claimed.
visit will inform us.
I don't know. I do not remember them saying exactly who it was they had come to visit, and as I say, I did not pry, because what happens on the Isle is for oneself and one's own journey. So
Indeed.
I do not know who they met with, but
Yes, the three Thrycreen sisters.
Thrycreen.
We took them to Zatkatar.
We'd only been in port 5 minutes, and then we were out of port again. Well, maybe not quite that.
it wasn't far.
Sister,
off that.
as you know, we guard our knowledge carefully, and we share it sparingly. If those who wish to come here seek knowledge and seek self-improvement, we look to help them in the ways that we can. This is odd. I'm sure that's why you're here, asking me the question. You
It
say the
is.
Thrycreen, and they visited here. This was
That is
some time
told-
ago?
Well, how long ago they visited, I was assuming it was only but a few months ago.
Well, the note that was on the board offering, asking for passage was quite old and tattered.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't say it was old.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
I said it was tattily written.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yes,
sorry. I
It
thought
wasn't
you meant...
but it wasn't old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. The problem is sometimes when you're describing things, you don't describe every element. It wasn't the note itself wasn't old. The piece of paper was rough, and the handwriting was really awful and so forth. But the note itself was not old,
Right.
so it hadn't
Okay.
been there that long.
Oh.
It had been there a
So
little longer than the other ones, but it wasn't ancient.
They claimed to have come from here. Whether they actually did or not is a question.
Well, let me look into this a little further.
I'll show you the sketch if you want.
A sketch? You have a sketch
I
of the
yeah,
ship?
I drew it. Yes.
Or of the sisters? I
No,
don't know what a
a
Thrycreen looks
very
like.
wonderful Thrycreen model. Well,
There's the
well, we
picture
didn't
of
have-
Mr. Thrycreen.
We didn't have anything else to do while we were floating through space. No, it was
Ah.
on the ship. Yes.
That's strange.
Last time I showed this, we got thrown out. So.
May I take this away with me?
Yeah.
What he does is he pulls out some cups. You notice there's a kettle sort of sitting on a hook by the fire, and he pulls out some cups and he starts pouring tea, and then he puts the kettle on a trivet on the table. Please take tea, and I will be back shortly.
I sit down and I pick up one of the cups and guzzle down the tea. Oh, delightful. Thank you, brother.
He leaves, and he's gone for about half an hour, 40 minutes. He comes back. He's not carrying the sketch anymore. I've left your sketch with one of our researchers, who is currently combing our archives to see if we've got any notes about anything like this.
Is that Clara, by any chance?
Might be.
Clara JL. She is my sister. She was the artist who did this tattoo for me.
Ah.
I'm sorry, brother Kieran. Jael was asking about my my ink work that I have, and I was saying, Sister Clara, she was the lady who did this artwork. It is beautiful.
Would she be interested in? Would she be interested in doing a sketch for me, possibly? After, or we can pick that up later.
So I've left it with our researchers, and they will look to see if they have any notes on this. Clearly, there are parts of our archives that we are unable to share. Sister, you understand?
Indeed, indeed, I do.
You understand that the insights and the foresights are something that we simply cannot access.
Well, I trust that you will tell us what you can, and withhold what you need to. I know full well you will guide us as well as you can. But from there, it is our journey to discover.
Indeed.
We spoke to when we got back to Craxis, we spoke to some of the dock workers as well, and they mentioned ship of the Olas.
Olas. Ship of the Olas.
That's what one of the dock workers said when we.
If our researchers have anything on this, they will turn it up from things that we know.
We're just concerned with transporting passengers about whether we see one of these, whether to run, to stand our ground, to.
Well, it seems like you saw that one off. However, if there's a large number of them, I think perhaps heading away is always worth it. What concerns me here is that I've checked in with the guest house, and we have not had a group of 3 Thrycreen visit here for a number of years. We have had Thrycreen visit, but not as a group of 3.
Was it them who said they'd been to the oracles, or was it the guy behind the bar at the inn who said?
It was them.
It was
told
them.
you that that's where they've been.
Insight check. Bit late now.
You had no reason to disbelieve them. This is the problem sometimes. It's like...
It does seem that just about everyone is lying to us, though.
It does.
Wizards.
Who's lying to you?
Well, the wizard, obviously.
The wizard didn't lie.
It tells the whole truth.
He did not lie to you. He told you the absolute truth.
Okay.
We're also lying to ourselves because we are a pirate group.
I shall tell you the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but just a small amount of it.
Yes, I won't tell you everything, but I will give you. And you got your money. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, risk. We were obviously in a fight, so it must have, been a risk. And then he stole their memory. Marvelous.
So, sister, do you need accommodation, or will you stay on your ship, or?
I think we will be able to stay on our ship, to be honest. Although I don't know. I mean, my colleagues may enjoy a little bit of creature comfort away from the ship. Although I will say, do not expect grand mattresses and silk bed sheets. You will not get that here. That is not our way.
I'd like to spend time with the here with your brothers and sisters.
I pull out my bucket. I'm set for the night.
There's nothing that says actually that you need to sleep in a bucket like Odo.
No, you don't. If the way that I've read it is, I go to sleep like everybody else. I just solidify when I'm sleeping. So I'm
You
like
can, as I understand it, you can
statue or-
hold your shape while asleep.
yeah. So yeah, I choose what I want to be as and when
Yeah.
I want to be.
So basically,
kind of
you
thing.
know, you
So,
can change shape, but you can choose your shape when you're asleep.
Well, given what
Anthony, we cannot hear you.
Test.
There you go. We can hear you now.
equal.
given what Lovelaw said earlier, I assumed that that Shaggy changed shape into a bed, and then Lovelaw slept on Shaggy.
Just a pillow. Just a pillow.
Hello. He extends his pseudopod, so you've got somewhere comfortable to lay your head. And by
Yeah, that's the
pseudopod, we mean
scientific term for it.
Does Shaggy go to sleep inside a plastic bag and turn himself into a pillow, like one of those gel pillows?
And he can make himself cool
Hold him
or
shape.
hot.
Or extend a pseudopod, which is
Can he sleep in a plastic bag?
That's what he calls it anyway.
No, you can't sleep in a plastic bag, Megan. You'll suffocate.
I did wonder. Just checking.
So
He's like the best waterbed ever.
you are ushered into the guest house. The accommodation is comfortable but simple. You are put into 2 dormitories. There is a female dormitory and a male dormitory, and they can clearly separate out 4 of you, but they're looking at Shaggy and they've got no idea. They're just
Exactly.
sort of staring at him.
No, we haven't either.
I enlarge my breasticles on my chesticles, and I grow a pair, and I go, you choose, baby.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I reduce my chesticles on my testicles, and I reach in and grab a beer and give it to Lovelaw and go. I think it's chilled enough.
Nice. I don't call him BF for nothing. Beer fridge.
Okay, so so you've got accommodation for the night and so forth. So that evening, you know, again, the food is plentiful, but it is simple. You are well looked after, and the following morning, you're invited to go back to Chiron's cell and meet with him and talk to him.
Have you seen anyone else?
Oh yeah, there's tons of other people wandering about. I mean, there's the staff in the guest house.
Any other bugs? I mean,
Maybe wandering off and chatting to different sisters and brothers around the place.
You've not seen a Thrycreen. You've seen, you know, humans, elves, dwarves, tieflings.
With halflings.
There's actually a Goliath wandering
Really?
about, but you probably won't see
There is.
the Goliath
There is.
because of what he does. You probably won't see him at the guest house. But there are, I mean, you know, there are a variety of folks wandering about. I'm going to need to take a quick
Sorry,
break,
it's good.
folks. So, smoke them if you got them.
All right.
And we will be back with you in a few minutes.
Well,
Oh, wow.
not all the people.
Okay.
That's just the heads.
That's about.
That's the heads. The heads of departments. Obviously, there's lots of other monks underneath them.
Have you sent John?
Yes, because that's where he got where is he? There he is.
Sanctuary. Carlton Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where he got his name from.
Yeah.
And that's why I was asking if it was Clara, who was heading up the research on the,
Yeah.
on the ship. So yes.
I'm all alone.
There.
Nobody loves me.
Good. Get back. They were on YouTube. It's on what's this thing? I want to check on here. You want to say something? Okay, cool. We're gonna put like the TV on doing that, or your phone doing that, or you're using the other one. That'd be cool. Check the guys. Nope. Oh. Oh, cool. So, Rob, I don't think that Lovelord put two and two together, that when he's swearing by Istis tits, that he's probably offending Megan every time. Awesome.
It's
I actually came up with several off of the gods John got. I like wrote down several like sayings I could use, and that's like one of the main ones. Like Istis tit. I want to preserve.
It is one of those
stuff
things.
like that.
You know, I mean, yeah. I think
very-
monks are a
very
little bit like Buddhists, really, aren't they? I mean,
I'm so offended that during the evening I'm going to introduce you to Sister Morana Balak. She's a
Ooh.
very elegant little dwarf, and she is the head of the brew house.
Oh my word.
Sister Morana, my friends here, I'm sure, they have. I have been telling them stories of your famous.
Wait! Don't miss the role playing until John turns this back on.
Oh, I didn't
He
stop
never
the stream,
switched us
so
off.
all that crap you've been talking, it's been sent out to YouTube. So perfect, hey. I only have stop and end, and so I don't know. I don't have no idea how that works. You know, look, guys, I got no idea how this stuff works, right? So I just like, you know, presumably I press stop and then I press start and it just starts again. Is that? I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Nice.
Yes. So as I say, she's an elegant little dwarf, Morana Balak, and I basically go up to her and Sister Morana, my friends here, I have been telling them tales of your amazing brews that you do, your ale, the delight that it gives the taste buds. I'm sure they would love to have a tour.
Good to see your fields as we flew in. Look very good. Very promising. All the hops, those tall constructs you had for keeping them off the ground, beautiful, beautiful.
When she lets you try each of her beers, she brings them in a large selection, and she introduces them as a load of Balaks.
Yep.
Very good.
Right. So,
Does she bring him over in a sack of bollocks?
Well, I'm gently going to fondle my ballock
seems reasonable.
until the taster has gone.
So, the following morning you meet with Chiron, and indeed, Sister Clara is there.
Ah,
And she's actually on the table is the sketch that you made, JL. Who did this? Ah,
That's me.
this is exceptional. This is beautiful. This
Thank
is
you.
really very lovely.
I've heard good things about your work as well.
Thank you. That's very kind. We've looked into this, and we do have some reports and some rumours of iron ships that belch smoke, and we understand that these are perhaps like gnomish artificer inventions, but other than a few stories, we can't really find anything of any particular import about these. It all just seems to be myths and legends. Nothing concrete that I can find.
We'll take myths and legends.
are they a people that we should steer clear of, sister? Or do the myths and legends that surround them speak of dangers that we should try and avoid?
Here's what I do know from the notes that we have. There are stories of their ships being seen in the distance, but it seems that anyone who has actually had a direct encounter has either not lived to tell the tale or has decided to stay with this group. Which of these is entirely unclear. What their nature is unclear. I came across a rumour that they are shadow creatures, that they are from other planes, that they are undead, that they are infernal.
Ooh.
It seems they are everything or nothing all at once. The only concrete encounter that I could find any information about was a shipping convoy where one of the ships had an issue and lagged behind for a period, and then a number of the ships of this organisation, the ships of Olas. I can't tell whether Olas is the name of the organisation, whether it's they are perhaps a species or a particular type of creature, or whether they are worshippers of a particular strange god or celestial. Or none of these things make particular sense, but in this case, it fell behind, and then the convoy decided to send some people to search, and they came upon a scene of a number of these ships, one of which was said to be very large, heading away from the area. There was a few remaining, almost nothing left in space. There were just a few scraps, but there was one survivor who lived long enough, with terrible injuries, but lived long enough to say that they had been attacked suddenly, and that the ship had been destroyed. This was many years ago, and piracy happens. So I think there was an assumption that they were They were pirates at the time.
They
But
sound like ravagers. If they just take the ship apart and take away the materials of it,
indeed,
they,
indeed, it seems extreme. Pirates would normally take a ship and they would steal it if that was what they wanted to do. They would kill everyone on board if necessary, and then necessary. Listen to me, strange wife. I don't understand it. I prefer to keep my feet firmly on the ground, as you know.
yes.
But that's all we can tell.
It is far more than we knew, so that is a great boon to us. Thank you.
Megan,
Careful of oops, okay.
careful of what?
Just be careful of because with the one we encountered, it wasn't all that far from here. It tracked us from Craxis, we think, that area, and then it turned around and headed back when we tried to confront it.
Megan,
So the thoughts would be then that it's not that they were after the sisters maybe who were on board, more that they were possibly after the ship and its materials. And we would just be an unnecessary obstacle to overcome, shall we say.
Megan, this man, I put the thumb over at your monk who's been talking. You respect him. You respect his thoughts and his studies.
Sorry, can you just
Yes?
interrupt just for a second? Apologies. So Chiron's not been talking. This is Clara who's been talking. So she's come in and she's
Clara.
explained to you. Yeah.
Oh, sister.
Sister Clara. She's the head of research.
Clara,
She's the head of research.
Yep.
you respect her.
Indeed, Clara has been here for many, many years. She's
So-
very thorough with her work.
Clara, thank you very much for telling us the things you have researched. I would much rather know what you guess. Give us your best guess. That's the true import of someone intelligent. You've synthesized everything. Give us your best guess of what it is. If you had to pick one thing, what would it be?
Giant man. Thank you for your kind words. It's true. I am often called upon to speculate in these circumstances. And if I were to speculate here, I would say that these people are some sort of pirate fanatics. Whether they are a species unknown to us, or whether they look like you and I, well, I think it's more likely they look like you and I. Much more likely. Simply because our exploration, I think, would tell us. I think we would know if they were something else.
So, John, our team, I'm sort of used to dealing with our intelligence officers in our organization.
Yep.
And she's still hedging. I want her to make a hard guess, which will probably give us more answers than she even realizes are in her head, because she's been studying, she's studied this, she's looked up this for us, she knows the directions they come from, she knows, and when pushed, she might give us that extra clue. So I ask her again.
I
Listen.
think they are just pirates. I think they perhaps have an ability to make ships that are dissimilar from the others. They clearly have a shipwork somewhere. They make these vessels. They look different.
Where would you say
Perhaps.
the shipworks is?
That I do not know.
No, guess. Guess.
I simply don't know. I mean,
Where?
if you pushed me, perhaps it is. If it was hidden in one of the systems, I think it would have been come across by now. So most likely, you ask me.
Yes.
Where is it? Where is it most likely to be? I think probably hidden in the Far Seas Nebula. It could be in the Scortha Reaches, but either of those is likely. But I suspect that the Far Seas Nebula is more likely.
Fair
Hiding
enough.
somewhere in the nebula. The Illithids hold sway in large parts of the Far Seas Nebula, but by no means all of it.
Good enough. I sense that this is about as far as she's going to go. Is that correct?
Oh, you can keep asking her questions, but she just, I mean, this is,
Yeah.
you know, she's just spent the evening reading stuff, reading notes,
Yep.
and she has
She's a scholar.
scant details to work from. You know, she just has
Exactly.
a few notes from a few things.
Would you be interested in more information if we come across?
Of course, always.
All information is gratefully received here, JL. It is what we make our lives, build our lives around.
You do understand why why we gather this information, do you?
Sorry, who's she asking the question?
She's asking the rest of not you, Megan, because you obviously know, but the rest, but everyone else. She's addressing that to everyone else in the room.
I'm
No?
not familiar.
Megan perhaps has not explained.
Informed decisions.
I beg your pardon?
To inform decisions.
No.
Then
You
what
see-
good is information?
You see, we have a small number of individuals with a unique talent. And that unique talent is
We
to
met
get
one,
in
the
touch
brewer.
with and see within the soul of our God in a way that is very different to a normal religious relationship. And they gain insights. But those insights are difficult to understand. They're not practical things like, this week you should plant wheat. They are complex information about the future. And so we gather the pool of knowledge that we have so that those who gain this insight can use the knowledge that we have to inform the astonishing future knowledge and what's the bloody word I'm looking for?
Seems to me you're saying that it'll inform their decisions.
No. It's so they can read the prophecies and understand the prophecies that they are given.
What for?
Because we believe this could be important for the future.
You can tell that Lovelord's completely at a loss for any reason for knowledge beyond to make decisions, which is typical. It's like,
Well, I've always been taught that information is the most valuable item of worth. Other than the gold in your pocket, but that's possibly
Sorry.
because of the trading.
Sorry, Jay, I'll say it again.
Shortly followed by the gold in your pocket, but that becomes being raised in a trade family.
Decisions and profit. That's what the future's good for.
Perhaps we might avoid future catastrophe through for our insight.
Information and knowledge can be the greatest armor that you can give yourself.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You must excuse me. I must get back.
Well,
She
thank you, sister, for all of the hard work that you have put in for us. It is very, very gratefully taken by us, and whatever we manage to find out about these people, I shall try and make sure that you receive information from us on our journeys so that you can use it in your library, further your knowledge of these people as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, friends, says Chiron, stay if you need to. Go if you need to, please. You're free to stay as long as you need to.
Did you manage to find out? Is there anything you can tell us about the sisters who visited, or did they not visit?
Only that they did not come here.
They didn't.
You say there were 3 of them. Can you describe them?
They were
Oh.
nomadic, tricrine, taller than normal.
Could you do a quick sketch for him?
Yes, I could. I grab a pen.
The thing is, they look like Thrycreen. You do a sketch.
Yeah.
It's a sketch of some Thrycreen, right? It's not particularly exciting. So they are from Zatkatar.
Yes, apparently they were supposed to be from the Venerators of the Crescent Sands.
I've heard of that organisation.
You have? What have you heard of it?
They are a mystical sect on Zatkatar.
Yes.
They do similar work to ourselves, but more localised, as I understand. They study the shifting of the sands and they prognosticate on the future.
Well,
Interesting. And they said they
They
came here. I can assure you
did.
they did not come here.
Hmm.
That's what they said. That's what they said they were.
Obviously, they had been doing something else which they did not wish us to know about,
How strange.
and decided to.
And they reacted very violently when, well, very disagreeably when we mentioned the ship to them. It was odd.
Very strange. Perhaps there was something more to it.
I don't think we
Yes,
can go
but-
back just
Well,
yet.
I struggle to see how we can investigate on that further, really.
Indeed. Unless you head back and find a way to talk to them again.
That's probably not going to work out very well. We didn't leave on the best of terms.
Well, I think perhaps swallow your pride and put yourself forward. Megan, you're usually very good at that.
I am, but I think there were maybe too many misunderstandings in the way they reacted, and certainly they were not friendly at all.
That's not usual for you. You don't normally have such a defeatist attitude. How
They
strange.
turned so suddenly into such a violent and
You say they were
unwelcoming.
violent? They attacked you?
disagreeable.
Indeed.
They
But
attacked you?
They attacked our ship. They did indeed.
Baby
JL had
died.
to take off and remove herself,
He's looking at you funny when you say when you talk like this.
and she's looking at him directly, and you can see that this is exactly how she feels it went down. She is telling nothing but the truth from her belief and understanding of that evening and that day.
Yeah, nah, you don't get away with it like that. You've still got to make a bluff check, mate.
That's pretty good.
That is exactly her understanding and belief of how the day
Definitely,
went down.
definitely, completely, 100% her understanding. Still got to
That
make
is
a check.
how the day went down.
Yeah, I still got to make a check.
We may not have told her. We may not have told her exactly how it went down. I don't know.
Okay,
Probably we did.
unless there's literally like, we're gonna lie to her, right? You know exactly how it went down.
No.
So I need you to make a deception check for me, please.
But
Ooh, this is going to
genuinely,
be interesting.
they did attack the ship, didn't they?
No.
That was the understanding of it.
They tried to break. They tried to break in.
They tried to break in.
No,
and
they
attack
didn't.
the
They
ship.
rattled the door. Give me a break.
Well,
That's
enough.
That's trying to
Actually,
break
what they
in.
did was they opened the door and walked up the steps, and then you frightened them off.
In a large
true.
number. 30 of them, I believe. it
No,
was.
it wasn't.
Armed to the teeth.
No,
Yep.
they weren't armed to the teeth. No.
You don't
Nice try, all a nice try, but I want to see that deception check.
Hang on, John. Hang on, John.
Hang on. This is where the misunderstanding has come between our GM
Yeah,
and
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah. Right. Let me make one thing clear. A lot of them were armed with crossbows. Now, crossbows are not the sort of thing you just casually carry around in a city. If you've got a crossbow in hand, then you are prepared for a fight.
Right. Let me remind you of what happened. Your ship was parked outside their building on their landing pad. Okay? JL was on board.
Okay.
You
first-
guys went, we're going to go off into the town.
Hang on
Okay.
a second.
Hang on.
My understanding was it was the town's landing pad. Okay, but you're telling me now it's their landing pad.
It was. That's not really what's important.
Port area
Okay.
for the town.
They asked you to leave. They'd asked you to leave. They've been...
They've
They've asked us to leave
the
their building.
They've
what they
asked you
said.
to leave.
The
precise,
building.
hang on. The precise details of what they meant by asking you to leave. Okay? What did they mean? Did they mean leave the building? Did they mean more than that? Etc. So,
Right.
you parked the ship up, that's fine. Okay?
Yep.
And off you went into the town. A group of them were like, what's going on here? And they came out and they poked around the ship. They couldn't see you. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't get any
And they came
response.
quite armed.
So they decided to come on board the ship and find out what was happening. Okay? What they did was, intruder, intruder. Very clever. I like that. Really brilliant. Right? And they all went, "Woo," and ran away.
Yep.
So they assumed that was an automated system and there was nobody on board. Ship can't fly itself. Where have you gone? What are you doing? What are you up to? So, they were then, at this point, they were concerned. They went back inside the building, that group went back inside the building. They tooled up, all of them, so they were all armed and armoured, because you are off-world adventurers with your own ship, and they're concerned. Right? They're like, holy crap, okay, what's going to happen now? Are we going to get offered violence? What's going to happen? They surrounded the ship, basically because they were concerned that you were going to come back and make trouble. Right? And they
But they
waited.
were the aggressor, so you
What
took
happened?
the-
You came steaming around the corner and you attacked them. So they were absolutely
were
right
the
in their summary of what was going on. And they were terrified because they don't have the same physical power that you do. Right?
Don't care
They
what
don't
you
have the
say,
strengths that you do.
just
So you
right,
attacked them, you
they
came
were
round the
the
corner and
aggressor.
attacked them, which is exactly what they were worried about. So they fought back. Yeah, they were tooled up because they were basically going to say, get out of our
They
town.
were
Leave.
aggressive.
Go away. Right? But. You've made loads of assumptions about them and about their attitudes and blah, 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 blah. But there's nothing about the assumptions that you've made that actually feeds into how they actually reacted and what actually happened. Okay?
And I absolutely maintain 100% from what you have just said to me, they were the aggressor. In all of that you've just described, you have only reinforced in my mind that they were the ones who were aggressive towards us.
I mean, what authority did they have as a religious organisation to kick us out of the entire mining town? Eh? None.
Really? That's what you're hanging it on?
Well, no. I mean, basically, we had this incredibly cold reaction to show.
They were so rude to us. Murdering one of them was definitely the right way to go.
No, hang on.
Hang on a second. And we didn't murder anyone. They didn't have a medic on hand. It's not our fault that they have not got somebody.
You totally murdered someone in cold blood.
If they had not been
In
so
cold blood.
aggressive, we would have hung around and healed them for them. But they were stupid and
Every
aggressive.
day I'm murdering.
They're dumbasses who don't take medics with them.
The thing is, you have to also look at it from our perspective, right? So from our perspective, we are on a planet we don't know, in a town we don't know, where we have just received quite a hostile reaction. Yeah.
Yep.
Our one way off this planet is the ship, and that ship has just flown away. We've just seen it fly away. We come round the corner, and there is a heavily armed group,
Mob
group, whatever you want to call it, standing there, looking at us. Okay, so you have to. We're in a very vulnerable position. Yeah, that's the way we see it. You know, we are. You know, our ride, our one way out, has just left. Yeah. We're shitting it. Yeah. And then we've come around the corner, and you know, there's basically a whole bunch of people heavily tooled up and armoured. So
armoured?
You just said they were armoured.
Armed.
You just said
yeah.
You just said it's armed and armoured. You said.
Armed.
So you know, you have to. I'm not saying what we did was right. I'm just saying that you have to consider it from our perspective, and it's kind of our perspective as we moved on to the next town as well. Again, vulnerable position. You know, planet we don't know. Our ship is our only home, and it is vulnerable. People can take our ship away from us. You know, you can't take a building away from someone. You can't take, you know, like their home away from them. But our ship, when we're away from it, is really, really vulnerable.
But isn't that why
you know, it makes us very defensive.
But isn't that why you? Isn't that why in both cases you've left somebody on board?
We have left somebody on board, and both times someone has tried to either take over the ship, as we see it, or you know, threatened to.
And I metagamed too that last session. Just do remember that, and that did not help at all. We'd had an entire session where there had been no battle maps, no anything, and all of a sudden we started around a corner, and I distinctly remember that Pete was trying to get his character to stop and maybe be a little more circumspect, but we were told, no, you're sprinting down there, you're going to run around the corner. And then John took the time to build us a giant battle map. A battle map? Dang straight. That means fighting to me, which sadly was metagaming that I didn't even realize I was doing.
And I didn't realize it
my fault.
was going to be that reaction either.
Understand that. That's my fault in this entire situation.
Yeah, I mean,
metagamed.
I think the thing to bear in mind is that, you know, whenever it comes to a situation where our ship is in danger, who is going to react very badly. Yeah. As far as he's concerned,
Your ship wasn't in danger.
The ship
was. I sure thought it was.
That's the danger.
I'm sorry, but
No, sorry.
so 30 armed and armoured or geared up, tooled up people surrounding the ship. That, to me, running round a corner tells me that that ship is in danger.
If JL's
And
taken
so is
off.
JL.
Basically, in the best case, JL has taken off with the ship. In the worst case, actually, the ship's been taken over and someone else has buggered off with it. you know, but
Because we
as I
just
say,
didn't know.
you just
you
have,
know,
you have to bear in mind that
the
if
other
ship
interesting
doesn't threat,
question.
we will be super aggressive about that situation. And that is what we perceive as the, you know, as you say, the ship wasn't under threat, but we didn't know that. All we knew was ship's blown off. Someone took the ship away.
Maybe we are pirates.
The biggest question that I've actually got from everything, because I've been sitting there feeding Lovelore beer to keep him quiet, okay, all evening out of my leg, because I've stopped the circulation to my leg so it gets even cooler, okay.
Oh,
and
love it when he does that.
And well, it's better than the cold shoulder. And Shaggy's been listening, and all the tidbits that we've gotten, it doesn't fit in as to why the priestesses or the outfit that the three priestesses are from acted in that demeanor. Now, as players, we've either missed something or we haven't uncovered it yet. But the whole reaction from the very first, you know, they're following, we don't know. By the sounds of it, they've heard how awesome our pirate gang is and they want to join us. And so, of course, when we turned the ship round and gave chase, which is impossible, you know, but by turning the ship and then going towards them, we closed the distance. Maybe that kind of spooked them, because now they really know how awesome this crew is. Okay, and if we had that Jolly Roger up on that flagpole, they would have been carking it. But the reaction from then, for me as a player and for me as a character, from what the Thigh-Green individuals were not saying, or what they did say, tells me that there's something that they've gotten involved in, and that's brought us into that involvement too. So to just discard us as a player, I found that a little bit. And then, of course, we went and saw the minor chap, and we got shitloads of free goodies, even though Lovelore paid for it. But Shaggy didn't see that; he just saw the looting of stuff. And then when we ran round the corner, as has already been stated, 30 is a mob, in my opinion. So, you know, so I can understand where Lovelore comes from. I can understand where Varro came from in the murder of an innocent. But really, are they the law and order within that area? That might have been information that us as us as players should have known. Definitely the players should have known that these guys are the law and order in this mining community, because maybe we would have dealt with things differently. Like when we got told to piss off, maybe we would have actually pissed off.
Well, I thought we were told to piss off from the building, not from the entire bloody planet or the town.
So did I. So did I.
That's a misunderstanding that they've imparted by not explaining exactly what they want and saying, fuck off out back into space. They didn't say that to us. They just said,
he was a bit frosty, so a man of very little words.
Break.
Which we did.
Yeah, break.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is on me. Can we please carry on the game? Because
It's not on you.
Yeah,
Definitely not on you.
it's all good. I misread certain things.
No, it's not on you.
I think that's the problem. I think we all misread many things, all of us.
The assumptions were made.
Yeah, assumptions were made from all angles.
And we a situation that should have gone one way, you know, went south dramatically fast. And you know, hey, look,
we're living the consequences. That's okay.
You know, that has given us as a group a great bonding moment and starting story. You know,
And this is not bad.
Pirate
has set
life.
the tone for us as a group. So hey, why don't we should own this? You
We're
know,
outlaws.
yeah,
Shaggy does. He's a pirate at heart. I mean, this is pirate life. Give me an R, guys.
No.
I love it.
Megan.
yeah. No, let's. I mean, you know, we're still talking about it, so you know, we clearly own this. So
We're still
anyway,
alive, which is good.
let's move forward. So what are our next steps as a group? Because basically,
As we're sitting around this here in our guest house,
yeah,
is it, and this beer is phenomenal, by the way. But what's the point of investigating these ships if they're just after the raw materials? I'm inclined to agree with your scholar friend, whose best guess is they're simple pirates trying to get raw materials. What's the point?
yeah. I mean, unless we encounter them again randomly, I don't know how we can follow this up. To be honest, I mean, we're not gonna go into the far seas looking for them. I wouldn't have said that sounds very dangerous.
And it seems like the best thing that we found out is they weren't chasing us as individuals or the sisters, or that's all separate crap as far as we know.
Yeah, I mean, it could
Well-
just a complete coincidence. However, the sisters did lie about
Yes, they did,
being the oracles of Istus.
which makes me feel better about whacking that guy.
Okay, just
Yeah, it was
So, just
lying.
a quick
He's,
one.
You
sorry,
deserved
I
it
was
because
kind
they're
of-
liars.
yeah.
Sorry, I was slightly discombobulated for a mo. So we've done all of our eatings and we've done everything else, and we're just discussing this before we actually put our heads down for the night. Yeah.
No, this is the next morning.
Oh, the next morning. Right. Okay.
Excellent.
Perfect. Okay. So, you know what, guys? When was the last time you saw a pirate flying
know
such
right
a
now.
ridiculous flag? Varro, you said it yourself. The flag was ridiculous. You didn't want to fly the flag, that skull and crossbones and what have you. You didn't want to, because it's so ridiculous. When was the
No,
last
I
time you
didn't
actually
wanna
saw a
fly the-
pirate ship?
Because we're not pirates.
I love this.
It's a bit like we are not ninja, we are Shaolin monks, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, no,
the
she's
delineation. You know,
So what I'm thinking is we have within the crux of everything, we have two pieces of unfinished business. Firstly, the Thycrene travelers, which I think Lovelar needs to go and smash on bugs because they've lied to us.
yeah,
But we weren't employed. We weren't employed to transport some liars. We were paid to transport 3 people to a place.
Yeah, but I mean,
Whether they
weren't-
were liars or not doesn't make any
yeah,
difference.
they
We
weren't
were-
obliged
we-
to tell
no.
us the truth.
No, there was nothing in
No.
in contract that said that they have to tell us all the truth and nothing but the truth. So help them.
Yeah.
Their almighty God.
Right. So, and then we've got the opposite side, which is, were they after us? Were they after them? As in the ships? We thought that they were trying to set a trap. So changing angles and dangles and stuffs, we basically outmaneuvered.
So what? Sorry, are you,
traps.
talking about
pirates.
the people in uniform?
No, the people in the iron ship with the steam belching
them.
out the
Yeah,
top.
okay,
Yeah, the
yeah.
pi- the
Yeah.
the one that the monk thinks is pirates. Best
Yeah.
guess was a pirate.
Yeah.
Okay, a pirate. Olaf's pirate band. So if they are pirates, were they just trying to get the ship? Were they after somebody on board? The reaction that we got from the Thycrene tells me that there's more to this than meets the eye. We're definitely not going to be able to go back to the Thycrene people and go, oi, you're motherfuckers. But we might be able to actually try and track down the pirates.
Time Mora preserve us. Listen, even if there is more to it, what does it mean to us?
Well, part of us may need to actually clear our name. I mean, for me, having a stigma of what's gone on is fantastic. It goes well with my pirate CV.
Brother, can I ask, Brother Chiron, you say you kind of have heard
Hang
of
on.
these.
Is he here? Oh,
We were just all a dodgy background. I didn't think he was there. This is the next one.
yeah.
Yes, he is.
They're telling-
I said that. He's sitting there going,
Oh my gosh.
No, this
Chris.
is the next
No, we're
one.
not. Yes, we are.
he
After
actually,
they
at one
find
point,
out-
at one point, Lovelock, you hear him go, by Istus's tits.
Where he gets it from.
Like muttering to himself.
Cracking. Love it.
Ah,
No, I don't think Chiron's with us at this point. Because this is the following morning after they discovered that the beer.
The following morning, he invites you to his cell.
he invited
And-
us to a hotel, and that's where we met
sorry.
Sister Clara.
That's right.
She is found, and we cross-quizzed her on it.
That's right.
He's still in the background, stirring the pot.
I thought.
Oh, for God's sake!
I'm
I'm ditching this bunch. They're jerks.
alright, I'm confused.
So John.
Yeah, I'll get my coat.
Crotch shot.
Megan's like, I'm
Have you
staying.
noticed Peter is now twisting his crotch to the right as he stands up?
Yeah.
It's just
It used to be
there's a
left.
different the camera.
Yeah, but this is how we draw people in, Pete.
Sorry.
By
That's
Istus
on
Tits.
my own hands page. You have to
By
pay that.
Varro's nuts. Yeah, so we've just discussed all of that in character, and this poor old monk's going, the fuck is going on? Megan, why? Why have you got involved with this? He wants to be a pirate. That giant thing likes murdering people.
Is he about to throw us off the
And
planet
Ed says it's all his fault.
Dear.
Well, good job. John can do some video editing.
There's not enough editing in the world. Okay,
Oh, I go back to what I was saying. So, brother Chiron, you say about these, what are they called again? Thessalids, the sand people.
Thrycreen.
Thycrene, the Thycrene.
Yeah, yeah.
Thycrene, that's it, the Thycrene. Thyroid cream, the guys. Those guys.
Thyroid cream.
Do they have any other bases other than what was the planet we came on?
Zatkatar.
Oh,
Zadkatar.
not Zekamar.
no.
Are they known for anything as well? Thycrene, thank you. Thycrene. Are they known for their mining skills, or you say they listen to the sands and read the fates from the sands?
Supposedly, yeah. The oracles of. No, not the oracle. Oh God, what? Hang on. The venerators of the Crescent Sands.
Dune worshippers.
Yes.
Who, by the way, aren't just the Thycrenes.
They play with worms.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, are they known to have any other areas that they have?
Do you mean the Thrycreen in general, or that particular group?
particular group? Are they solely based on? Well, I can't remember the name.
Zatkatar.
Yes, Sadkatar.
Zatkatar.
Zatkatar. Are they only based on Zatkatar, or?
Yes, that particular sect is only on Zatkatar. They are they have a main
Yeah.
base of operations, and then
I'm not going to call them a sect. I'm going to call them a cult because it sounds more threatening and justifies somewhat.
Makes you wonder what they were doing.
If you call them a cult, then you know
They're dodgy.
they're kind of asking for it.
They're
I
definitely.
think they are in sect. They're in a sect.
Damn, Anthony, I was going to do that one.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder
So-
what they were doing so far from home then, if they're out this way.
Exactly. But again, it's not really our business.
No, but it may lead us to understand more as to why the other group,
Yeah.
the Oracle,
Yeah.
Olas, the Olas. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe they were after the three.
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, following them up on Zat Qatar doesn't sound like
No,
we're going to get a very good
definitely
option.
does not sound like a good option.
However, what we could do is we could find out where they came from before we picked them up.
Doesn't sound ridiculously profitable.
No,
The
you're
question
right.
is, how badly do we want to know this information? You know,
I think this is hold on to this knowledge because it may become important. But right now, I think the most important thing is get enough gold to be able to pay for our ship to be able to sit somewhere.
well, to be honest, what we really want is, a reliable job.
Yes.
Is there anything that the monks of this,
Nah.
would need someone with a ship to do for them?
Trade beer, maybe? The beer's very good.
They do have vineyards.
the answer to that is no, because all of the stuff that what little they trade to make money is all done locally on planet. They just don't really do any off-planet trading.
Have them
They
and their
really don't.
self-sufficiency.
They are very self-sufficient.
The
They have-
majority of the external income that they make is through ministering to the sick.
Yep.
They travel and they provide medicine and
Okay,
medical
There we
knowledge.
go.
Yeah. The
We
problem
could
is
take your
they're probably
doctors.
poor, and if they wanted us to take them somewhere, they'd probably want us to do it for free.
Pro
My sis-
bono.
My sister was training to do that sort of work. She was helping out with the orphanage and with the hospitals in the area, in the city.
It's
She
still
was
not
much
very
better at
profitable.
it than I was. No, but we know that they value information. So if there's anything, we could be.
Yeah, but what are they going to pay with it? They're going to give us
They
beer.
want that pro bono themselves.
They would pay with knowledge.
Okay. Still not going to pay for the expenses of running the ship.
No.
Because what Lovelore needs is lots of knowledge about things that might potentially happen in the future or might not.
Let us adjourn to where we just flew away from and find us a job.
Fly back to Craxus, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I get some ink before we go? If there's time.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick up basic supplies like that. It's not a. That's not.
She's
No,
looking
I mean
for a
the
hat.
tattoo, not just the ink.
She wants a hat and some
Pastries.
pastries.
She runs on pastries and hats.
So back to Craxus then.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything you want to do before we go?
I think that's to Megan.
Well, I've spent a fair bit of time away from you guys as well. Anyway, basically,
Is there? Yeah, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Is there a I mean, obviously there's a chapel or something to Istis.
Oh,
And
yes,
Mhm.
there's a very big church on the on the
Yeah.
map.
Indeed, there is.
There is
so
a pretty big.
just a minute. I'm gonna make a donation because that's inventory.
So here is the
Ooh.
building that you're
Okay.
looking for.
Now, John, I show 55 gold and 99 copper. That seems rich from everything you said so far.
Why?
I don't know why I've got that.
You've had 2 missions so far,
Okay, all right.
haven't you? You've had two paying jobs so far.
Very good. So
yeah.
here's
so
what
the,
I'll
the
do.
cash you've got is genuinely your cash. You were
Boom.
effectively completely out. You were down to your last few coppers
Got
when
it.
we first started, but now you've made some money.
During that dead time, as we're getting ready to go, we're packing up and moving. I'm going to take off to the chapel,
Mhm.
and I'm going to dump in. I'm going to dump in 25 gold, and then I'm going to slip away.
Megan,
'Cause
do you
that's-
think
That's what he
we've got
does.
anything that will help that halfling we saw with the cursed scroll thing attached to his hand?
You want to take the scroll off him?
Well, I want possibly if you can dispose of it somehow. I don't want it, but I'm not,
We can
I'm-
chop his arm off.
A bit extreme, I think.
Yeah, I mean, unless anyone's got a spell that would remove a curse.
I mean, if the monks
or-
if the monks have got something we could take with us, a scroll or something we could use, or we could send him here maybe. Treatment.
Don't know if he has the gold to buy himself the journey time.
Mm. We could ask. We could ask.
So we could turn up. We could kidnap him,
Yeah.
bring him back here,
Oh yes, that's
ask,
just
ask
adding
the
to our
monks
reputation.
to remove his curse, and then hopefully he'd be very grateful to us.
Yes.
Turns out that he's actually a very, very rich guy, and he's going to give us half his wealth.
Probably not. It's nice
Yeah,
theory.
that's exactly what I think. Probably not.
Or he's part of the law enforcement in the galaxy, and he's going to be so thankful that he's just going to brush Varro's murder under the carpet.
When was I murdered?
Tune in next week.
Very good.
Ah.
Away we go.
Yeah,
Sorry, am I jumping ahead of time again?
I think I need to find a good, a reasonably wealthy bar, not one that's like the most run-down, seedy joint in the place. Go in and use my favourite line: "A pint of beer and your finest rumours, please, barkeep."
So you
That's so much better than mine.
you land back on Craxus, and you notice the one of the dock managers comes over at a kind of at a double,
Of course,
the
they get a chance last time.
right?
Yeah.
And you're kind of getting down and off, and they're like, "Oh, okay, good, thanks, register you, yeah," and then they take your docking fees off you, and then they
Okay.
roll their eyes, and then they bustle off. This time it's a kind of middle-aged human woman with kind of grey hair and quite pallid skin, and yeah, she rolls her eyes and off she goes.
Okay.
It's pretty obvious that the last time it was they considered it a bit weird and a bit rude that you didn't pay anything. You just stopped for 20 minutes and then buggered off again. So they
Wasn't
noticed
even
you coming. And I'm like, right, we're not having that again.
Hey, look, you didn't.
Wasn't
they,
even 20 minutes.
they didn't ask for money. We didn't offer it.
No, but
Okay.
they made
You
sure
said
that they made sure that they wrung it out of you this time. So
Yes.
right, so you head down the dock and you're
Well, should we check the notice board again just to see?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes!
you're heading down towards the notice board, and as you get down the bottom of the dock, you're about to just kind of step off where the dock is and round. And there's actually to your left is this small building, and there's kind of there's like an empty kind of basically like pad to one side, and you notice there's a group stood outside, and you can't help but overhear the loud conversation that's going on. There's what looks like a bunch of miners. There's a couple of dwarves and 3 gnomes. One of the gnomes is stood talking to a halfling, and the halfling he looks a bit stressed out. The gnome is kind of effectively almost yelling at him, and stood just to one side as well as there's a human woman who she looks really bored, and it's quite interesting. She's actually got a gun kind of over her shoulder. She's sort of she's got her hand on the stock, and it's sort of sitting over her shoulder, and she's just sort of standing, and she looks fairly disinterested, and you can't help but overhear that the gnome is yelling, "What do you mean?" The gnome is yelling, "It's booked. We booked it 6 weeks ago." And the halflings, "Look, I'm really sorry. Something must have happened with the paperwork. We have to go now. We're holding up labour." "Oh, what is wrong with you people? How are we going to get there? Well, look, we've got our pilot here and everything's ready to go. What are we going to do?" The halfling's he's starting to sort of inch back inside this small building, and you see it's kind of it's an office, and there's various things inside. He's like, "Look, there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry, Nirim. There's absolutely nothing. It's already gone. It's gone out. It's gone out. It wouldn't be a problem, but it's gone. It would. What do you expect with me and the boys? What are we going to do now? I'll tell you what. We hold labour up. You are going to be in big trouble. There's going to be a lot of arguments about this. Look, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do." The halfling's really like backing off and like almost shaking in kind of concern at what might be happening. The rest of the miners are like, they stood around. They've got basically kit on their shoulders, and they've got various bits of gear, and mumbling to one another.
Ooh, I step forward.
No, you don't.
I just want to know why they're being so short with each other.
Let's go get some breakfast.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, look, you sort of lean over. It's like this kind of. It's like this sort of Atlas leaning over and listening to the ants. It's like this. It's like, yeah.
Last thing we need is a load of miners with short tempers.
One of the dwarves looks up at you and all right.
What issue?
We're supposed to be
What's the
doing
issue?
a job on labour. No ship. We were supposed to have the ship rental. That's what she's for, flying it. Not here. They've rented it out to someone and let it go.
That's crap.
Yeah. Need to
How
do it
much you
now, otherwise
paying?
we're going to be in trouble. Well,
What are
we're
you
not.
paying?
He is, though. Yeah.
We might know of a ship.
No, no shit.
Yeah?
Okay. Never mind.
Well, look, if you know of a ship, well, it needs to be fairly small. Obviously, it's landing on labour, nothing too big. But if you know of anything, then let me know. Point it out. And in fact, let the boss know. Near him. He's basically gone in. So he's followed the halfling inside, and all you can hear is yelling going on from inside. It seems like some of the halflings, the halflings' colleagues are also yelling. You guys carrying on? You just walking away from this?
You want to be part of all this yelling? Is that
I lean towards Vero.
angry?
I sense some desperation. Desperation equals profit.
Let me see what's going on.
Why don't you check it out for us?
Yeah. Seriously, do you not want us to get involved, or are you okay with this?
So, do you remember the mention of labour previously?
Labour.
No, not at all.
And how laver keeps the area around Craxis safe.
Oh, is that the big
Not
flying,
quite.
the big flying
Yeah.
thing?
That's laver.
Ah,
Oh, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hear leverage. That's all I hear.
All right. So let's.
Megan, if you've got an issue, I don't
We've got to
care.
try and follow this up. We'll do something else. But
Absolutely.
mining's profitable. We've covered a lot of transportation.
Megan, what's the issue?
Shouty small dwarves,
Mm,
bad tempers.
that was last campaign.
Right. Can I just point out at this point that the dwarves are not shouting? The dwarves are just standing around bored, as are two of the other gnomes. There's basically 2 dwarves and 2 gnomes stood around like. There's a bored-looking human woman who is clearly not dressed as a miner in the slightest, and then the only shouty one is the gnome, who you can kind of understand why he might be a bit cheesed off.
yeah. Plus, bear in mind they don't take up a lot of room.
You never know what is thinking with those beards.
That's very
Also,
true.
Megan,
Oh,
I don't never
Also-
trust the man with the beard. I agree with
never.
that. Yeah.
also Megan, you're forgetting one other thing, my dear. It's a pirate ship. If they misbehave, they go overboard.
Not a pirate ship.
They walk the plank. I get you, Shaggy.
Okay. Vara's going to go up to this room, this building,
Mm-hmm.
I'll come with you.
knock on the door and poke his head in.
Okay, the door's actually open, and as you walk up, the clearly the boss gnome is just shaking his head. He turns, and then you're kind of almost like in front of him. Huh? Look, if you've got something booked with them, forget it. They're hopeless. Hopeless, he says.
Well, actually, we were just passing, and I couldn't help overhearing that you're in need of a ship.
You know one?
Well, I might do. It depends if the price is right.
Hold on. Do you mean the price for you to connect me to the ship? Or do you mean the price for the ship?
The total price.
Okay, you're not making any sense. Explain.
Okay. The price for the ship.
He kind of does that, and he scratches the back of his head and sort of walks you. He kind of gently sort of walks you out the door, and he's like that, and you see him, and there's like, I saw that from inside. So you
it's obviously
don't talk in riddles. Just tell me what's going on. I make holes in the ground for a living. All right.
We have a ship.
Okay. Big,
Now,
small.
Short notice, but obviously you need it urgently.
Yeah.
So, there's a certain price premium that would come with that. So the question is, would you, are we prepared to give up our jobs to move you urgently?
Hey, look. Don't mess me around. All right. This is the situation.
I'm not messing you around.
Look.
I'm asking for a
Here.
offer from you.
Oh,
How much
here's
you
the
would
score.
pay.
Right, well, you ain't even know what the job is, do you?
Well,
You know I need transport, right? But you don't know what the job is.
okay. Well, you tell me.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You're starting to haggle on price before we've even talked about it. Calm yourself down, all right? Is this your crew?
I'm thinking, no.
This big boy here
Breakfast.
Yes.
and Blobbo. Hey, all right, Blobbo. I've not seen one of your type in a little while. Good to see you. These 2 ladies as well.
I look at Megan.
All right, ladies.
Megan's trundling off to go and get herself breakfast.
Oh, something I said. Look, here's the story, right? Here's what's going on. Laver sometimes has problems with things sticking to her skin parasites and like. Okay, so me and the boys here, what we do is we go out. You know, she's got her own envelope, so it's quite safe. We land, we scrape them off. All right, and she goes on her way. All right, now she's been in touch with Her Majesty here. There's a ripple of chuckles. Her Majesty here, and she needs a bit of help. She's standing off, not far away, half a day. Take us out there. It's going to be about an hour to get to her, and an hour back, and maybe another hour to actually scrape them off. Job done. Back here, 50 gold pieces in your pocket. Nothing else for you to do.
For a half day's work.
50.
And the woman, who's stood there with a gun, she actually swings it round, and then she pulls on the strap and just puts the strap over her shoulder. Miriam,
I was just
what
going to
about
say.
me? Look, Issa. You come, you get your normal pay. It's all good, all right? We won't tell her. Just, you know, you've come, you've done the job, all right? Oh, fine. Good. Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Why, if it's a simple, straightforward job, why do you need her?
Because, do I look like I can cast no spells? Huh? How do I fly a thing?
Fuck.
Me and the boys here, we don't fly, do we?
Ah,
Oh,
it's just
I see, so she's your pilot.
it's just his tits.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's handy with that gun as well. That's helped us out on a few occasions, but, you know.
So so there's no dangerous wildlife or anything that we have to be concerned about.
Yeah, ticks on the skin.
You know, not usually. But if something like that happens, there'll be plenty of bonuses, trust me. Alright?
Usually we get those bonuses ahead of time, as far as knowledge thereof.
Oh, if you're going to time waste, fine. I'll look for someone else. Alright,
Good
I'm
luck.
sure we can. Simple job.
Good luck.
Alright.
But it sounds
No.
all right.
No.
Let's do it
Yeah.
or not. It's easy. Your privateers, perfect. It's a good job for you. Easy money.
What do you guys think?
We'll have to do it without Megan. She's already off eating breakfast. Don't like that.
Tasty bacon sandwich.
If it's a bacon sandwich, we can send somebody to go get her.
Yeah, I can get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Why
kind
don't
of
we
assuming
have...
that she stood at a street vendor's about 20 metres away.
Oh, okay, right. So that's
You know,
right.
with her currently kind of
Bunty?
putting ketchup on her roll,
You
you
can
know.
see in front of her. She's got 5 bacon sandwiches lined up.
Oh, you are a queen.
Yeah. Always thinking of us.
She is a good person.
Yeah.
Not much of a pirate. Very good.
Mine's slightly less cooked than the others.
Privateer. The word is privateer.
Privateer.
Yeah.
Let,
I thought you'd like
let's
that.
do this. This sounds easy. This would cover all of our dock fees, give us some money, some spending money in town until we can find something big. Just fill in our laps.
Up our local reputation a bit for you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the key. You realise that would help here.
And it sounds like it's a fairly regular job.
Let's knock this out.
Yeah, I'd say let's go for it. I'll go over and pick up Megan.
And they say he can't cast spells, so we might keep our memories this time.
Ooh.
Well, that would be a bonus.
She walks over to you, Lovelore. Issa.
Yes.
Issa Solano.
Issa.
She walks over to you. And she's looking. Which unit?
I'm sorry.
Which
What did you
unit?
say?
So this Issa Solano, the woman,
Yeah.
she walks
I
over and
reach-
she looks at your tattoos and she says, "Which unit?"
I reach into Shaggerus and grab a beer, pop it, take a big slug, offer it to her. 31st.
Ah, flew some of them.
Dropship?
Yeah. In the
Well
Elder
done.
campaign on Zatkata?
I was there. I did a drop in Zakatar. Nothing pretty about that campaign. Nothing pretty about that campaign.
Nah.
Nothing but blood and green guts.
Yeah. Got very hairy.
Our
Shaggy
drop
looks down.
Yeah. Our drop ships are awesome. I bang the cap back down on the beer and stick it back in Shaggy.
She doesn't seem too phased by this. She's actually got sleeves on, and she undoes a sleeve and just drops it down, and she's got this tattoo, and you know what this tattoo, and then she just pulls it straight back up and puts it over. The Flying Ninth, and basically this was the unit that was
Yeah.
that used to basically drop in the shock troops, and they were renowned for being that basically the scariest ass pilots in the system.
They took the risks.
Yep.
Hey, I absolutely respect the Ninth. We'll do what we can. We're not here to gouge you. We're here to do the right thing. I nod to her.
Well, he's the
Hey,
boss.
Shaggy,
He pays me anyway.
Shaggy, thanks. Thanks, Shaggy.
And if I'm not flying, then and she just pats
We
the.
we we
gun.
we do have a really good bell jammer. I must say, and I respect your skills 100%, but I am with a team, and we travel as a team. You understand that?
Well,
Stand by.
as I say,
Stand by if things go south.
I'm here to
I know
help
your
if needs be.
skills.
But I'll stick with the ship.
Aye,
You need me?
very good.
I'm here.
Okay.
I don't expect anything between here and later.
I clasp her forearm to forearm, which doesn't work out very well, but it's as close as can be.
So you basically get on board and you get your kit settled. And JL, are you flying?
Yeah, can do.
Okay. So Nirim,
I screw this up.
Nirim, who's the boss man, comes
Watch.
down, and Issa says that she will. Actually, Issa comes up on the top deck with you, Lovell. Probably the best place for us to be, just to keep an eye on things, huh?
I
And
like it.
you're introduced to Zakim and Jerebos, who are the other two gnomes, and then Glorin and Tifa, who are the dwarves, and they all just basically drop their kit down and just sit and wait, and they're just explaining to the rest of you about how, how that normally what they have to do is just turn up and scrape stuff off, but there's been the odd occasion when they've come across things that are a little bit fiercer. And that can happen, and if it does happen, then hopefully they can make a strategic
Wow.
withdrawal and see how things go. But
We're here for you.
so you lift off out of Craxis and you head off out into space, and Lovelore, you are having this described to you by Issa, and JL, you're talking to Nirim, and you're sent on a particular vector, and you're just flying along, and it's like you don't particularly see anything in space. And Nirim says, there, look, just there. And so does Issa. She says, you see the gap? And you notice, both of you notice, there's this little gap. Kind of, there's almost like a dark splotch. And you race towards it very, very rapidly, and then you slow as you get closer.
Oh yeah.
And this enormous whale is the only way to describe it. It looks like a whale. In fact, you've heard of Kindori, these large, in fact, gargantuan whale-like creatures that swim through space. But this one must be some kind of bizarre aberration. It's not a Kindori. Its eye configuration is different, and its mouth configuration is different. And you won't get the scale of things the thing until you are falling towards it. And Nerium points you towards a spot on the tail. And as you drop towards this thing, you get closer and closer and closer. It just fills your entire vision. In fact, all of you in the end are all looking out the windows at this gigantic thing that you're in space with. And none of you have ever come across anything. This thing is half the size of Craxus in terms of its length. It's enormous. It must be over half a mile long. And as you drop towards it, you feel that you're dropping into an envelope. And what's strange is you start to feel this, for want of a better description, this pressure kind of in your minds, and you realise it's the mind of this creature. The best way to describe it is it looks somewhat like a humpback whale, just hanging in space. And as you drop towards this spot on the tail, you see, Nerium says, near there, look.
Yep.
And you get the impression, at moments, he just kind of goes a little bit quiet, and then he comes back, and you realise that he's actually talking to this thing. It's not talking to you, but you've just got this, you're kind of aware of its mind being there, and that you are close to it. It's absolutely astonishing. And actually, the strangest thing is, you should feel terrified because this thing is so damn big, but you don't. It projects this radiance of calm that makes you feel not unconcerned by its presence.
Is it similar to the Thrycreen communication, the mental, that sort of?
You think if you were speaking to it, it would be similar, but actually, it's not like being with the Thrycreen. It's not. It doesn't feel the same way.
Sorry, and what's the name again?
What's it called?
Yeah.
What is she called? She's called Laver.
Laver, Lavor.
No, if you have a look in the chat.
Or is it in the chat now? Okay.
It's been in the chat for a while, actually.
Oh yes, that's where it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, yeah. No.
You've never seen anything like this before. Now you understand why she keeps the peace around here. I don't have
How does
one.
she keep the peace? I ask.
Sorry. Thank you. My apologies.
How does she keep the peace? I ask. Because she doesn't appear to have teeth or claws she's massive, and I understand there's a certain joy to being massive, but how does she keep the peace? I don't understand.
Well, just think about what her jaws could do to this ship.
Fair enough.
You see those flippers on the side there?
Yes.
She can swing those with a force that is almost beyond our imagining. She can smash and destroy anything in space.
How does she adjudicate right and wrong?
Oh, she doesn't.
Who does?
Yeah. So, you know who runs Craxus, right? They called her Her Majesty earlier. Right?
Yeah.
Duchess.
I thought it was the mayor.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Back to politics.
There's so much of that.
This is tits.
She
I'm going up to the
and
top.
Ava can communicate over distance. They have a psychic link. So, nothing messes with the space around here.
Nuada. Think about it. If we
That's why we don't get
screw up
pirates.
over there,
That's why we
Let
don't
this
get anybody
monster
doing
after
anything
us.
serious. You can land, you can take off, you can fly through the space here. But what you don't do is you don't mess. Because of her.
fair enough.
Okay. Well, where are we heading?
So you
That's
land
back there on the
quite
tail.
close to the flukes of the tail. So you're on the sort of back end of the thing, on top, and you land.
John,
Miriam says-
how does the landing feel to JL? I want to know. Is it weird landing on a living surface?
It is. It's weird for all of
yeah.
you, in fact, because there's give when you land, and also the gravity is slightly odd. Something about the
I-
angle of it that isn't quite right.
I do have a tail, so yeah, it's not unfamiliar territory.
I've got to get off. I've got to join the crew on the ground. This is amazing.
So the local gravity field is still about 1G. Still normal gravity.
Gravity is normal because that's how gravity works. We're in
Yes.
Spelljammer, not in
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
NASA. It's just about it's about angles, yeah. But
Mhm.
it's always 1G.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I tell
Well-
my buddies I'm joining the ground crew.
Yeah, let's get that ground crew out there, and I'm gonna. Are they going to be near the ship, or are they spreading out, or what are they doing?
I think we're close, isn't it? We're going after the particular thing that's attached.
Was it ticks or something? Space ticks.
Barnacles, space
So
barnacles.
you climb down and you get out of the ship. Is anybody staying on the ship, or are you all getting off? What's
I think I'm going to stay near the ship. I'm going to basically
staying
just
near the ship? Okay, no problem.
yeah. Basically, I'm going to sit at the bottom of the ramp, cross-legged on this tail, and basically just kind of gently rub my hands over the surface of this creature. And
Yeah.
just,
Ooh.
You've got to bear in mind that you've got, 50 metres that way and 50 metres that way, right? You're in the middle, but it's an enormous flattish surface. But ahead of you, you can actually see there's some scarring. I mean, this, it's not flat, completely flat. It's skin, yeah, and you can see some scarring. And Nirim looks and he's like, "All right, boys, come on, let's get on it." Looks like she's got some
follow them.
infestation under the skin. Let's go and have a look.
I follow them.
infestations.
It's all right, buddy. Don't you? Oh, you coming?
I'm coming.
Anybody else coming with them?
Yeah, I'll go as well.
I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Okay, so there's 4 of you, and the person staying behind is Megan. Okay, no problem.
And the robot.
And the robot.
Yeah.
And,
Does the robot have a name?
Sorry?
Does the robot have a name?
Ooh.
Does the robot have a name?
What's the robot's name? I don't want to
Chompy.
call it the robot.
No, it's
Monty.
with heart. Our ship is the Heart of Gold. What is the robot going to be called?
Dave.
Monty.
Monty.
It's always
Monty
Dave.
the robot.
No, this one is called Monty
Monty.
because that was the lead pirate character in the novel that I read.
Did you read the full thing? The full.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, and he lived.
So, Issa has come down as well, and she's stood kind of underneath the ship. And she actually says to you, Megan, I didn't want to give the wrong impression, make it look like I was going to steal your ship or anything like that, so I thought it was best to come down here. I know how precious these things are.
Damn straight.
That's very thoughtful of you. Thank you.
Also, I don't want you guys accidentally trying to murder her while just because she's wandering around in the wrong place. So, I thought.
Well done, DM.
I thought about it.
Well done.
Yeah.
She never ship.
Quick, murderer! The gnomes are like, what? Whilst she's making yourself a sandwich.
Take care of her.
John's learning how to manage us.
So you walk along. It's weird because it's actually kind of solid, but there's something about the texture of the skin as you're walking along. And you're heading towards this. There's basically a split in the skin.
What the?
Yeah.
What is this?
The skin sort of split and busted. Ah, this happens, says Nirim. This is what happens, he says. These things get in underneath sometimes. Ah. Anyway, poor old girl. She must be really uncomfortable,
Let's knock this out.
Don't worry. And he walks up, and he's walking along, and you're all just sort of doodling along. And this bug pops up from underneath, and Miriam and all the others look at it and go, "Oh!" And then it disappears from sight, and then they all panic and look at one another, and you're like, "What's going on? What's going on? Uh-oh. All right, okay, this is much worse. Oh no, there's a riot."
Yes, just tell me what's going on.
Yeah,
I got my axe
okay.
out.
We got a Zariah infestation, and you see him close his eyes gently for a second, or sort of his eyes go half lidded. Yeah. Right, okay, this is a mess. This is much worse than normal. Okay, we need to think about this. They burrow under the skin, and they make little layers. All right, here's the score. When you... Don't suppose you'd be interested in clearing them out, would you?
How many of them do you think there are?
Don't know, there's probably a queen. The little ones ain't too bad. We can probably take a few of them out ourselves. But the queen will be it's beyond us.
Where would the queen be?
Well, hey, if there's danger pay involved.
Yeah. All right. Here's the deal.
Played.
Each one's proboscis. You bring it out.
Yeah.
I'll pay you 10 gold per proboscis, and if you kill the queen, I'll pay you another 100.
Sounds like a deal.
Here's the thing. Don't take too many risks, all right? If it's getting really bad in there, if you're getting problems, come back. Retreat, yeah? We don't want to lose nobody, all right? That's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
We'll then come in and clean out the eggs at the end. We'll pop some healing powder in for her, and we'll make sure everything's sealed up. Fair? Oh, that's on top of your 50 for giving us a ride here
queen
too.
and a normal one? Does it wear a crown? How do you tell the difference between the queen and the normal one? Does the queen wear a crown?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it'll be pretty obvious.
And she's also about 3 times the size of them.
So,
and she has wings and can
wearing
fly.
A crown. Oh, and can fly.
So, What do you reckon? You up for it? If not, we'll have to go and get some a fighting crew.
I'm up for it.
Let's do
Let's go.
it.
And it'll make her feel better.
Monty,
Whatever the-
Lovelar's
whatever.
right. And I'm on Lovelar's left.
Megan?
Actually, Monty, in between myself and Lovelar. So Lovelar's on the right, I'm on Lovelar's left, and Monty's between the two of us.
So are they saying we have to go down in the cut?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay, I jump in. Let's go.
Hang on. We need to get Megan.
Sorry.
Right.
Megan!
Shouting this.
Lovelord doesn't think quite that far in the. Yeah.
Oh, by Itster's tits.
Exactly.
He's gone ahead! The pirate life! And I jump in after him.
I think we should, yeah, by Lovelaw's tits.
Lovelord's much more fit than I am. Come on. Just enjoy my Green Day T-shirt.
Okay, so how about instead then, by Lovelaw's helmet?
Yeah. That'll work.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, from the picture, we can see at least one of his tits.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Is it,
So
I mean,
by
it's not
Lovelaw's
the same if we don't have a bit of nipple.
By Lovelaw's tits. I'm
Yeah.
going with that.
I can't make nipples. They always look wrong.
It's the little details. No nipples and no belly button.
Yeah.
And they feel terrible when you're sleeping on them. Just leave yourself smooth.
You like me smooth.
Have we got no?
I like you with the
think
beer
Johnny's
shoved in
moving.
your cold parts.
I think John is moving. He's still not answered the question.
Which is?
If he makes a battle map, I'm
Yeah.
killing shit.
Sorry, say again?
Is Megan within shouting distance?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to shout over to Megan.
I look up. I
Okay.
see.
I'll beckon her over. I said, "We've got a job."
You see Lovelord jumping inside the creature.
I knew that was going to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll head over.
Lovelaw's a tit. Oh no, sorry. By Lovelaw's tit.
Doesn't it suck having your tank being the unpredictable
Yeah,
screw up?
predictable, aggressive.
Well, to be fair, I thought it was predictable.
Well, actually, fair enough.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, what do
Alrighty.
you think I told Monty to go in between the two of us?
Gotta
I'm gonna
keep
get
that
very
fucking rage going.
I'm gonna get very
Oh!
my Wednesday character
something's,
being Monty.
something's happening. Something's happening in Roll 20. Quickly, check it out.
Oh. Is it actually
Do
tactical
I
matter?
hit plus or do I hit minus? Nope, it's mine. No.
Ooh,
It's
it looks all-
black screen. Black
It
screen
looks
for me.
Or goopy.
No,
Oh,
Wait, what? Black, what?
No, I got it. I see.
Right, yeah.
Stuff
bottom.
is happening.
All looks very gooey and organic.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, wow, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, you're inside a creature. What do you expect?
But we don't want to hurt this creature.
No, you do not?
We do not.
No.
So, good job with fireballs then.
Yeah.
That would probably not be appreciated.
Okay, so
See
There you
multiple
are.
ways to go.
I'm going to have to refresh my memory of my. I've never actually. It's been so long since I've looked at my character sheet.
wait,
You
what?
remember
Oh, what?
I
Oh, what now?
I haven't got a clue what she can do.
This is going to be great.
This is the first actual combat we've had, isn't it?
That's why I
Yes.
went into fight the first time. I thought it was my chance to try out all my barbarian skills. Not so much. Okay.
It's okay to fight now.
Okay, all right, let's check this out. Oh,
Oh,
It's
okay, this is
different
really
directions.
weird. Walking, it's like squelchy and weird. It's like
this
so
is
weird.
disgusting.
It
This
is.
is disgusting.
It is
Which way
really.
we go?
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's time for you to. Stop!
Right there. Something disgusting is over there.
That's right.
Something
Something
over
disgusting
here.
is over there, and it's time for you to make a roll, which is called initiative.
Initiative.
No,
And what's really, really weird is that. Hang on.
Come
Oh
on.
shit. Hang on. Oh god, it's on the wrong bloody layer. That's why. Hang on. Sorry, thing's on the wrong layer. Where is it? Why can't
Nice
you
photo.
see that thing?
Why did I roll twice?
What thing? I can see that thing.
You can see that thing, but you're supposed to be able to see that thing.
Oh hell no! Oh, see that? Yeah, see that? That's a bit scary.
My character's not selectable for some
We're
reason.
supposed to see the thing much closer than the thing further away.
You're not selectable, JL?
No, no.
Right, can you see that thing now? You still can't see that thing. What the hell is going on? What
And
is it?
JL can't select herself.
Just hold on a second. Let's see if we can't put some extra light in here. There we go.
I'm
Does that
sinking
help?
into the creature.
Yay, there we go.
I see that.
Good.
And-
Now you can see. For some reason, the light was weird.
And by the way, those that are watching, we love Roll20. There are some quirks here and there, but in general, freaking awesome.
Yes, it's entertainingly weird at certain points, isn't it? Right, let's bring up the turn order tracker so we can see what's going on.
Are you going to move Jay so that she can click on herself? I think she needs to be shifted. She's part of us hanging off the bottom or something. It's covering her.
I think I'm on the wrong layer because I'm behind the wall. The black line of the wall is above my
Can you
character.
see? Can you see now?
I can
No,
see
she's
her, but
not.
I can't click on her.
Can you click on her now?
No.
Ah, that's because she's controlled by nobody. That's right. Okay, so let's put her back where she was. There you go.
Ah, there we go. Now she's above.
Yeah,
my
you can't click on her because she's reasons.
Yeah. Oh, I can click on her now. Thank you.
Okay. And also, she doesn't appear to have a name.
I'll sort that. I can sort that out in a second. Oh, I'll do that first so I can. No, I'll walk first and then I do it. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. She has a name. Hit points 25.
Just trying to think what they
Ah,
Can you,
dang it.
what do they look like? These things.
They look like centipedes.
They look like they have these sort of central bodies that are strangely not insect-like. They're almost grub-like. At the front, they have these long, pointed proboscis and insectoid eyes, and then they have multiple legs. But rather than them being sort of straight, they're almost like they're almost tentacle-like. The legs of this thing, and there's lots of them. They're very bizarre. There's like at least 12 or more legs on each one, and you think that some of them like have more legs than others. Very weird looking creatures. This one, the Lovelaw's just come around the corner and found this one with its proboscis stuck in the ground. And it goes
What the? Boom.
and turns. I am missing someone.
Maggie?
Shaggy.
Shaggy? Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to just remind you that I did say that Monty is between myself and Lovelaw. So if he moves up, but I move up, depending on initiative. But because initiative wasn't called, so I wanted to ask: is it safe for me to? Also, I realised I haven't given you Monty's token, which I've now done on Discord. So I was doing that whilst you guys were talking and you were describing the thingy. So can I move up just behind, basically go there, and then and then Monty can kind of go there? Would that be allowed?
Monty?
Yes, why not? But we'll put Monty in next week because we're going to call it a night there anyway. But we're ready. We're ready to go.
There you go. There's my initiative.
Thank you
Bring
very
up
much.
the rear like I normally do.
Brilliant.
So, the top of the initiative order is going to be Lovelore.
Brilliant.
Well, I also need to do initiative for Monty as well, but we'll have to do that at the beginning of next week.
He acts straight after you, doesn't he?
Does he?
I think so. I think he acts directly after you. Uses your initiative order and acts directly after you. Pretty sure.
Sort of like,
yes,
yeah.
no, you are correct. He has no initiative.
My faith in
So
us.
yes, he would come after.
He literally
directly after
acts
me.
immediately after you have, so his round is effectively directly after you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Can everyone stay on after?
All right. Well, thank you very much, folks. And we will.
Everyone stay on after.
We will see you all next week. I shall stay on where everyone's going to stay on. And
Yes.
somebody roll the dice.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that was me again for some reason, but I'd already rolled.
They just decided to roll it there. Oh, that's lovely. Right.
It's the same dice again.
Thanks for watching if you have been.
I
And
want to be right back in him.